Hi, Maria, back with another video. It's 6:25 a.m. Sorry, and it's the 15th of November, and it's I'm on my way to work right now. I slept a long time yesterday. I mean, last night I went to bed pretty early. I did get up a few times in the middle of the night, but I went back to bed pretty quickly. I just was thinking a lot, yesterday when I got home, and today I'm just looking forward to the weekend. I got some projects that I wanted to around the house, and I discovered a thrift store close to my house that actually has old school prices, like there's a lot of the thrift stores now. I don't even know why I don't know, but they're not exactly catering to people who are on a low budget. It's more like, it's becoming more kind of trendy, I guess. It's sad to say, going to thrift stores is becoming kind of the norm, I mean, I started going to thrift stores as a hobby, I was fascinated, like when I was in high school, after school or whatever, I would go walking and I'd stumble upon a thrift store, and I was intrigued, like, people actually donated stuff and people bought stuff, and I would find albums and clothes and, odd pieces of jewelry or whatever, and it became a hobby of mine, and now, it's, whatever. I've seen some pretty high dollar things in the thrift store, which is kind of weird. It seems like there's not too much difference between a thrift store and an antique store at this point. It's going to get kind of crazy. But this particular thrift store was pretty reasonable in price. And I went out for a walk. Yes, I'm going to continue walking. I'm not going to change my life over a bullying situation because I have a right to go for a walk. I went for a walk. I was bored. Got to get out of the house. So I went out of the house, and I saw this thrift store that was close to my house. And I went in, and I saw like a few things. And this one really did have that look of a thrift store, meaning it had a lot of the items in there that I hadn't seen in like 20-something years. Okay, some of this stuff is pretty old, and that immediately got my interest. I did find a sweater, and the sweater was reasonably priced. Now, I go to some of these thrift stores, they're marked up to be like $7 and up for a sweater. This was only $3, and I went and I got it. And I'm going to go ahead and modify it. I'm going to take the sleeves off and make it more like a mock turtleneck. I just want something to keep me warm this year. And, as I was, walking home, I kept thinking, it is a sad situation where some targets feel very intimidated by their perps, because their perps are literally punishing them for things that they have every right to do. And I kept thinking, if I want to go for a walk, I'm going to go for a walk. If I want to buy a new sweater, I'm going to buy a new sweater. If I'm going to modify a sweater, or I'm going to continue sewing and making clothes, then I'm going to continue doing that. But I see that what goes on here is a terrible crime, and it is very oppressive and abusive to the person it's happening to, who it's happening to. But I refuse to allow people to tell me how to live my life, especially when I'm not doing anything wrong. So yeah, I'm looking forward to making my sweater. I also have another mock turtleneck that I'm working on this weekend. And I don't feel, I mean, I'm still depressed, really I am. I'm depressed because, I'm in a situation that really is not conducive to my well-being. But I have to do the best I can. And I'm not going to change anything in my life to accommodate my family. My family, what they did was wrong. And really, it's something that I will never get over. I will never get over what they've done. I will never get over them taking something that was mine, that was very dear and important to me for my survival, and them trying to have a hand in it. These people have not done me any favors, and I don't want to be, I realize what a curse it was for me to be born in that family. I'm very sad that I was born in that family. And I feel very deceived because, my mother was telling me one thing, and then these ridiculous siblings of mine are trying to say another, say something else. And then the idiotic part about it is that people actually believe them, and that's what I don't need their bullying. I don't. I want to live out the rest of my life without them, and that's my choice. And so I need to get my life straightened out, and it's not anything I've done wrong. I didn't do anything wrong to deserve this. Okay. You do things in the past, and when I was younger. But I'm not going to sit here and pay for things that I did in the past when I was younger for today. I have my own life to live, and I have my own choices to make. And these are the choices that I choose, and this is what I choose to do with my life. It's not much. Go to work, come home, but that's it. And I want to choose friends that are not associated with my family. And it's hard, because I can't trust people. I can't, and I will not lower my standards and associate with people who are a part of my family's little entourage, because I'm disturbed by my family. I need to be protected from my family. And even though some other people don't understand it, they don't realize the psychological effects that my family has caused and what they've done to me. But it's something that they should respect. They don't have to understand it, they just have to respect it. Because I have rights. I have the right to accept my family, and I have the right to cut them off. And I choose to cut them off, okay? And everybody wants family. Everybody does. But this is not the kind of people that I want in my life. I don't want them. And so I'm living my life. I'm 48 years old. And I'm going to live my life how I want to live my life. Okay, this is the way my life is. And some people might look at my life and like, man, you don't really do much. So what are you fighting for? I'm fighting for my peace of mind. I want to go into a workplace and do my job and be appreciated for my work. You don't have to sit here and raise a ruckus or congratulate me for every little thing I do, but my work is important to me, okay? And I don't want people coming in my work and playing games and taking credit for my work and thinking that that's not important. My work is important, okay? I don't want to deal with people making up gossip or lies about me, or every time I change my outfit, which I'm sorry, but that's ridiculous. That people are going to sit here and gossip and speculate as to who I'm seeing. I'm not saying anybody. Okay, I'm not. Okay, what these people have created is a huge mess. And I also like to say that now that I'm purging everyone out of my life if you're associated with my family, I would rather not have any sort of association with you. Okay, that's just the way it is. And it's not me being selfish or trying to. It's like I need my peace of mind. I need my peace of mind, and it's important to me. Okay, these people cause me nothing more than psychological distress. Just thinking about them causes me psychological distress because I don't want anything to do with them. Okay, and I'm going to figure out what I need to do on my end, okay, just so I can have my added sense of security, because I'm tired of it. Now, I'm going to try to enjoy this weekend. As far as looking for work right now, I need to refigure everything out and figure out what I'm going to do, because every time I try to make a plan, I figure out more stuff. I know that my sister was going around here, my ex-sister Tanya, and her dumb husband were going around talking to employers saying, well, if she contacts you, contact me. I don't need your approval. I never asked for it. What you're doing is you're trafficking. You're abusing a woman. You're forcing somebody to adhere to your particular cult belief, and I don't believe in your cult, okay? I deserve my freedom, okay? It's my choice, all right? And this is what I want to do, okay? I'm not doing anything wrong, and I don't want to live my life like you guys. That's just it's my right, and obviously, you've deceived a lot of people into making a huge mistake, and that's unfortunate. But I paid the price for stuff that I had nothing to do with, My goals were important to me. They were extremely important to me. Are they important to me now? Only in a sense that I know that I need to take care of myself and figure something else out, because I know this is not, I can't do this forever. I can't be engaged in your little setups forever. I'm dealing with it for now. You know, right now it's giving me some time to figure out what I'm going to do and give me some time to think. But I can't deal with that for like another year or 2 years. I can't deal with that, man. You know, it's just, you know, but I'm dealing with it for now. My thing is that I need something that's going to hopefully be closer to my house, because I don't really want to be driving all over the place. And I want something that is full-time. I want to work full-time. I have no idea, you know, if I'm going to meet up with Stephen Lyles or not. He's more than welcome to see me. There is no reason why he cannot see me. We are legal adults. He can see me if he wants to. If he does end up seeing me, I'm not going to change anything in my life, meaning I'm not going to work part-time so that I can be, you know, that's, if whatever happens in that, that's between he and I. But my goal is that I want to work full-time, and because I have to take care of myself. And to make a plan like this, you know, revolving everything around a woman's marriage or whatever, it was a stupid idea and illegal on top of that. And so it has cost me. And, you know, as far as people being upset, my family being upset, I guess, because they must have known that Stephen had a mental disability. I don't care about his mental disability. Like, I think it's pretty obvious that most people really have some sort of mental issue anyway, and I really don't care about that. All I care about right now is getting out of this nightmare that my family imposed on me, okay, and living the rest of my life without them. And I know that I don't feel anything for them. I really don't. And I know it's hard for them to understand, because they feel like, well, we're family. We're family. You don't treat people like that and expect to be acknowledged as family. You don't. Okay? You don't invade their space. You don't, invade their space and then allow other people to benefit from their surveillance game. You don't bully people. You don't tell people how to live. You don't do these sort of things. And you certainly don't touch or involve yourself in somebody's career plans or whatever, and then mess it all up, just because you're jealous, and then expect me to give you the love and respect that a family member is supposed to give you. That's ridiculous. Okay, it is. Okay. So, yeah, Maria flies solo, and that's my life. That's the way I choose it to be. If I wanted someone to help me with my goals, I would have asked them. Obviously, you don't know what you're doing, and you've caused me nothing but pain. Nothing. I don't want you in my life. I'm not crying over it. I'm not sad over it. I'm not sentimental over it. I'm nothing. What I am is I'm disturbed by who you guys are. Okay, and there's nothing that's going to change that. So let me live my life in peace. Okay. And that's it, I realize how many years I've dealt with the trauma, just the constant wondering, why is this always happening to me? Why is this always not working out in my life? And I see now what it is. And when I realize that these people never wish me anything good or whatever, it really disturbs me, And so there's nothing that anybody can say that's going to change my mind on how I feel about these people. I just feel as though they are baggage to me, and I want the rest of my life to be without them, and it's for my best. There's a lot of people that I'm going to say goodbye to, because I know that they have some sort of association with my family, and it's unfortunate. If you were involved in my targeting and you mess things up, do what you can to fix them, and kindly remove yourself out of my life. It's too much for me to respect you at this point. I do believe that maybe Stephen Lyles got deceived by them, thinking that my family actually had some rights over me, and so they might have lied to him and said that, he can't see me. He can see me anytime he wants to. Anytime he wants to. And that goes for some of my people that I used to know. that I used to talk to. If you are still in a connection or friendly relationship with my family, then I don't know if that's a good idea, because I don't want their influence coming into my home, and that's just my choice. I'm doing everything I can to protect my environment and my peace of mind, which I have every right to do, you know. So anyway, I'm looking forward to my sewing project. Sewing is not something that I've been doing a lot lately. Oh yeah, and I'm also doing some knitting. I got my knitting loom out and ready to go. I'm trying to enjoy fall as much as I possibly can this year. And, you know, and I enjoy making clothes. I enjoy doing it. Not for a living, but I like the end result. And, you know, I think it's important. I do. I think it's important for me. Okay, you should enjoy the hobbies that you should engross yourself in hobbies that you enjoy, and it's good for you. And so anyway, I'm like I said, I'm going to wait and figure out what I'm going to do about the work issue. Right now, I don't know. I'm just trying to get all this shit, you know, settled in my mind, and make it very clear, you know, that I don't have anything to do with these people. I am going to be following up on an issue relating to the intrusion of my privacy, and I will be dealing with that on my own. But as far as everything else, I'm taking some time off to try to figure it out, and I do want to get back on my feet as soon as I possibly can. Right now I'm okay, you know, but working part-time creates a lot of depression for me, because I have too much time in my hands, and I really should be doing something that makes me excited, and I should be doing something that, you know, I'm happy with. And, you know, I think my family was trying to keep me away from, I guess, the opposite sex, which I think is stupid, because I'm not interested in dating anyone at work. And just because you say you're not interested in dating anybody at work, they're like, oh, well, we're just going to make sure she doesn't get around anybody. And then they try to get a job arranged for me because, you know, my hair issue, all these things, all this stuff is not important, okay? I'm not going to be involved with anyone at work, period, okay? The workplace is no longer a place for me to expect to have friendly encounters, okay? It never really was anyway, but I'm just saying is I can't trust people at all, okay? That's the number one thing, right? And number two, you know, I want to work, and I had no problem, like when I was living in the Antelope Valley, I was looking for work, and I kept thinking, okay, I could work for an all-female organization. I don't have a problem with that. I could work with all women, you know what I mean? But that was shot down too. I don't want these people finding jobs for me. Okay, and Tanya, I can't believe it. She was just trying to be nosy so she could feel like a sense of superiority, so she could feel like, oh, I have my bachelor's degree and she's all like this or whatever. You know, I never asked to be a part of her competition. I don't want to be a part of her competition. I don't. Okay, I really don't. You know, I'm just hoping to find an employer who appreciates hard work and understands that, you know, just because somebody doesn't have their bachelor's degree doesn't mean that they're not a good worker. Okay, it used to be that there were people who understood this, but I think that's really ridiculous. But I know it's hard right now for me because, you know, of their dumb bullshit game. And I could have had such a much better life without them, much better. But I plan on having a better life going forward to the best of my ability. It's never going to be great because I've gotten thrown off of my goals and my life plan a lot in my life, but I don't want them in my next chapter of my life. I just don't. I don't want to mention them. As a matter of fact, I'm going out. I did a little bit of cleaning. Anything that's relating to my family is going in the trash. All of it. It's because it's better for me. It's better for me to forget certain things than, you know, and just not acknowledge. Just get on with my life. You know, this is my life for me now. I'm living for me now. I don't care about my family. I don't want my family. I don't want their dumb jobs. I don't want to, this bullshit about Tanya saying that, well, she can't do anything without me. She needs to prove. I never asked you to evaluate my work. Never. You are an intruder. You're a criminal. Get out of my life already. So anyway, I think I said enough. looking forward to this weekend. I hope everyone in Bakersfield has a nice weekend, and I will be back with another video some other time later. Take care.